Okie dokie. Let me just check a couple more things. Are you turning on? You're turning on. In a moment. There we go. There we go. I know I'm gonna go in a really weird spot because I don't have the second monitor. If I had the second monitor, I would have been able to kind of just like look over here, but I don't have it for now. See, last week when I did that, I found out it heated up the room really quickly. So I was sweating bullets. Or just sweating a lot. And yes, I have been trying to do a bit of time trial before I started the stream. Made no progress. Because that 116 was with the controller now, and that was like a few minutes just to try to get the thumbnail for the stream. But other than that, good evening, everyone. Early evening, because there's still some daylight over here for now. Sadly, the days are getting shorter. But hopefully you guys are doing well. And for today's stream, as the title says, it's Time Trial Thursday, where we do the new laptop challenge. This one being Eiger Nordwand in reverse with the Lancia Stratos. And if you've driven this Stratos by like before this laptop challenge, you know that this is a tricky car to drive. And I already kind of want to say that if you're on the wheel, I think it feels a bit trickier because, especially on the lower speed corners, it feels like you have to turn in the wheel so much, and you have to brake really early. Brake early. It also feels like for these lower speed corners, you have to turn the wheel so much. Because even like this, it's not enough. I think it might just be me entering these corners too fast, but I don't know. I know there's like one very specific car where the steering is a lot number, or not really numb, and you have to turn in the wheel a lot just to get it to turn. I think it's that one Mercedes-Benz Formula One car, the old one. You have to be really careful with the weight transfer. I'm just gonna keep going because I feel like I'm gonna need quite a bit of time to get good at this combo. Like you see, I'm like turning this wheel a lot, just to try to get this thing to turn. I feel like I'm just going a bit too fast into the hairpins. But Kurt, how's it going, guys? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Definitely better use cousin sitting in the wheel. Yeah, I'm getting a little tempted to try to increase the sensitivity on the wheel, but I also don't want to do that because I'm probably gonna forget. And then I'm going to start to complain. It's like, oh, why is it wheel like this? Because knowing myself, I'm going to forget. Kurt, yeah, this one's I don't know about painful. I don't think we're there yet, but this is definitely a very tricky one. Yeah, I'm gonna go that far and say this one's already very tricky. At least if you're on the wheel. I know I did a couple laps on the controller last night, and that time on the right is the time I got the controller, and that was like 2 laps. I want to say it's probably easier to do this one on the controller, especially for the lower speed corners. Like this one's not too bad. You can control it, then you're fine. I really want to sneeze. Like this one's not too bad on the wheel, but for some reason, I'll hit the wall. But for some reason, the hairpins feels a lot harder on the wheel. Like I'm still kind of thinking that it's probably just because I'm going into these corners too fast, so the car's just not turning. So I just need to slow down. I'm gonna say, Grace. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you, Kurt. Yeah, I'll say definitely give it a go on a controller, because I feel like taking these turns is a bit easier on a controller. I think it's because you can get the max steering lock a lot quicker with the, just with the flick like that. Whereas with the wheel, I'm like gonna be twisting my arms. Joe Raider fan, good to see you. Hopefully you've been doing well. I'll read your message in just a moment. Just do a little lift right here. A little bit of the brakes, get the car turn in, and then get back on the throttle. You see, there was a car I was testing the other day, and I feel like that has actually helped me out a bit. Ooh, that was really close. Because the other car I was testing is a bit loose. Not as loose as this one, but still loose. This is gonna be the tricky one right here. Yeah, it went in way too fast. Joe Raider fan, good to see you again. Yeah, like it's gonna be tough for the wheel users, because unless if you make your wheel sensitivity a lot higher, your arms are going to get tied up in a knot. Also, Chris, you're welcome for the shout out. Yeah, that's something I want to try and do. Like, if I remember who recommended the car, then I'll give him a shout. It's actually funny because it's not the hairpins that are testing my patience. It's actually these ones are not testing my patience yet. But it's that really long left turn on the other side of the track, or the track, that's testing my patience, because you have to brake super early, and it's super easy to get your braking wrong, and you're going to end up at the wall. Like, I know when I saw this car for the left-hand channels, I was like, oh god. It's actually funny because I was thinking about this car the other day, because for those who don't know, I'm doing a thing where I'm trying to do a lap, or do a fast lap with every single car at the Nürburgring in GT7. And I was thinking about this car because eventually I'm gonna have to test this car one day, and I know that this car is gonna give me a headache. But it's not going to be the only car that's going to give me a headache. There's already one car I was looking at that I know is going to drive me nuts. I'll give you a hint. The car is also blue. And yeah, you don't want to do that. And that argued that this car that I'm thinking about is probably going to be even worse than the Stratos. In terms of, like, stability. Like this, I'm probably gonna be hitting the retry button about a zillion times when I start testing this car. Now, even on the controller, it's a handful to drive, and it's not a particularly fast car. It doesn't have like a whole bunch of horsepower, but it is a light car. If you want to narrow it down even more, it's a rear engine wheel drive car. That should narrow it down. If you want to narrow it down even more, it's not a Porsche. Although I know Porsches are gonna give me a headache, especially the older ones, but the one I was testing is not a Porsche. Yeah. No, I don't blame you, Kurt. What am I gonna say, Chris? Yeah. The sound? No, not the sound buzz. I haven't tried it yet. I know that one's gonna be slow. Would you? I think you do need to brake with the bus. And not the sound bus. It's a small car. Also, I should probably add that it is not like I'm testing these cars without the engine swap. So technically, the sound bus would be a handful if it had the Porsche engine, but it doesn't. Or at least I'm not going to be testing it with that. One of these days, I'm just going to slide into the pit stop. Yes, Chris, you got it. Yeah, the old A110. Like, I tried it for just a few minutes because I was like, okay, what's this car going to be like? And it is wild. The other thing is that it's I don't remember its suspension settings, but it's really soft. So when you brake, it feels like what do you call it? Like you can see like the whole rear of the car lift up. And like the front of the car just like hunches down so much. I'm not ready for that car. That's not gonna end well. So yeah. But no one's requested it yet, so I don't have to worry about it for now. Although I will eventually have to test it. Although I don't know if there's like worse cars out there. I guess worse in terms of stability. Okay, I'm just being a fool right now. Like the one when it was flying around. Oh gosh, that was the time. I'm sad that got patched because I don't think I've ever laughed so much about a bug in the game. This is the funniest thing ever. I know some people were able to make it work with other cars. I think someone made it work with one of the Lancers, but it was pretty difficult to get the settings right. I mean, technically speaking, you could make it work with almost any or with a lot of cars, but the effect of it wouldn't be as spectacular as that of the Summer Bus. Because I was able to do it with the Ford F-150 and the Super Formula, but they just do like little hops. It's actually kind of funny. You can still drive them, but it's just really difficult. I don't even know what I think I'm trying to go for a low 115, which, based on how it's going right now, it's probably going to take a while. What was your Chris point at Chevy or BMW? Well, I mean, I've only seen you request the Camaro. I mean, if you want to throw in another request, go for it. I'll at least do it when I post the next video. Which, I don't know when I'm going to post the next video. I want to see if I can try to upload those videos a lot more often. Because if I just do it once a week, I'm never going to finish. If I do it twice a week, I'm still never going to finish. Like, I'm kind of tempted to see if I could try to get something going where those videos go up like like 3 to 4 times a week. It's going to be difficult, but I believe it's possible. Because the main thing you got to do is record a decent lap, learn a bit about the car, and then edit the video. I don't have to write a whole racing script on it. I just got to remember a couple things about the car, and then we're okay, I think. I mean, it also kind of helped because I know there's, what do you call it? Like, for example, the Nissan, the Skylines. I don't want to repeat the same thing. I just want to talk a bit about like that specific generation, and not like the entire Skyline generations series things. Yes, Thomas. Yes, a Thomas the Tank Engine. Dude, I love that livery. It's so cursed. I think Super GT had that livery on one of his videos, so I went looking for it, and I was able to find it pretty quickly. It's such a cursed livery, but I also love it. We'll get that nice little slide in. There we go. Except I brake just a little too late. Yeah, it's this corner that's gonna drive me up the wall. No pun intended. Dwight, how's it going? Yeah, what's the greatest video? That's so hard to think. Like, what would I define as my greatest video ever made? Honestly, it might be the Summer Bus one. The second one, yeah, I think it's gonna be done by a long shot. The second greatest video is actually, now I know what's my second greatest video, at least in GT7. Second greatest video is with the engine swap to Barth. That one was such a wild adventure. Like trying to control that little demon spawn, and being able to, what did I do? I think I was trying to do 27 laps with it, and I was able to do it. But like, you have to tune the car in a very specific way if you want to try to like make it fast but also stable, and also make sure it's efficient enough for the fuel to last as long as I was able to. I mean, it was pretty fun making like those silly little challenge videos. Because now I remember the one with the R34 Skyline at Deep Wars. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That one was not as fun to make because I thought the recording was not gonna take as long, but it took 3 weeks. It took 3 weeks to record it because I did quite a few attempts, and each one would end in epic failure. And then the ones where I thought I had a chance, something was wrong, and I just wasted an entire hour for nothing. And the thing is that with that one, like, you had to you had to be spot on with your times, because you basically had nearly zero room for error. Like if you made like a big oopsie, then your run's pretty much over. I still remember it pretty well somehow, where I was able to make it work. Like I think I was able to hit lap 40 in the Skyline, but I only had like 3 seconds remaining. Like that's how difficult it was to hit lap number 40 with that car. I wonder if there's a way to blip the throttle to just whip the car around the corner. It's probably possible, but my god, that's going to be difficult. That wasn't too bad, actually. 115 already? That wasn't too bad. So, I want to see if I can try to get... I feel like it's going to be a bit of a hassle, but I want to see if I can try to somehow poke into the 114s before I end the stream tonight. There's still a lot of time because we're barely, like 20 minutes in, so we got time. But first, let me catch up on chat. You guys are a bit talkative. I'm gonna go to Mr. Kerr. What about the old Porsche, the 350? If you know like the full name of the car, let me know, and I'll screenshot it so I can add that to the list. Because I have a queue of, I'm trying to keep a queue of cars noted. So actually, I can show you guys this while we take like a mini break. Because I already have the DeLorean recorded. Yeah, I already have the DeLorean recorded. I just need to start to edit the video. By the way, I will say this: the DeLorean is such a weird car to drive. And I'm gonna mention this, or at least I'm gonna try to remember to mention this in the video where I'm gonna debate that this is a handling car, because on the straights, it's slow. When it comes to braking, it's terrible. When it comes to actually going through the turns, it's actually pretty good, because this is a rear engine rear-wheel drive car, and the car just like rotates so beautifully. Like you get on the brakes and like you start to trail brake, and like the car starts to just rotate around the corner with you, and then you get on the throttle and it straightens itself out, and you're good to go. Though you do have to be careful getting back on the throttle, because you can get some pretty nasty understeer with it, which is weird. So now, as long as you time your throttle right, like you'll get some beautiful rotation with this car. And then yeah, so I was recording this lap. Like this is the lap I'm going to use where this happens. Where I'm just going around, happy days. Here comes hit miss, clip the grass, and I thought I was going to bend it here, but I was somehow able to save it. And I just carry on like nothing happened. But yeah, I want to use that for the video, because I thought that was sick, and I don't want to throw that footage away. So 4 weeks is over to you. Okay, Kurt. Yeah, that's doable. I think I could probably do that. Idiots of the Week. Oh my god, yes! I miss Idiots of the Week. That was always a lot of fun to watch. Awesome, how's it going? Last time you drove this car was Nations Cup. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about as well. Was like, when was the last time I drove this car? Like, try to like be serious with it. It's like, it was GT Sport. It was for I think it was like for the Nations Cup race at Sardinia B Reverse. I remember the Lancia was good. I think there was another car that was also good. I don't remember which one. But I remember the Lancia, like if you were able to control it, it was a really good car, but because it was such a difficult car to use, like very few people use it in the actual race. Damn, that was such a long time ago though. Yeah, thank you, Chris. There is one video because I don't know why I've never gotten around to this. So, do you guys remember the Tsukuba 30 lap race? So, I think it's in the Moby Dick playlist. So, for those who don't remember or don't know, so I think it's the first race in that playlist where it's a 30 lap race at Tsukuba, 600 performance points, and your goal is to try to get your pit stops right and win the race. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, or so they say, because it rains around halfway into the race. So that really slows you down, and depending on like the kind of tires you have, the car you're using, like that rain segment could make your life a living hell. And this was short. So what I did, and this was shortly after the Subaru engine swaps happened, with the one where you can put the rally car version. That's when I got the really stupid ideas like, well, the Subarus with the engine swaps are kind of broken. Is it possible to try to get 30 laps at Tsukuba in under 30 minutes? Which, again, is going to be easier said than done because the rain will really slow you down. Long story short, it is possible. But you have to, one, get the tune right, and two, you need a weather seed that barely brings in any rain. And I think the more difficult part is trying to get the right weather seed, because a lot of them there's going to be quite a bit of rain, and you need one where like rain comes in kind of later than usual, and it needs to just barely rain. So you have to keep entering the race, back out, re-enter the race, back out, rinse and repeat until you get the right weather seed. And depending on your luck, that might take a couple of tries, or it's going to take many hours. Unfortunately, the latter happened. But like once you get the right weather seed, then it's just a matter of trying to do good with your pace. And if you have decent pace, then you'll be good to go. I'm turning in too early. But yeah, Stinger, how's it going? That's how I drove this in Ram Lobby. I only prefer the original way. Like this one, the reverse direction, I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest. I think for when we did a DeLorean in the Trial Mountain, I think I only did like a couple laps and just kind of phoned it in and called it a day. So I didn't really get too much experience with the car. If that makes sense. No, not to me. It was Tsukuba with 600 performance point cars. The one with the roadster touring cars. That one, I did record something with them, but I don't know. Well, first, I don't know where the footage went. I know it's somewhere. I just don't know where it went. But the other thing is that the reason why I recorded stuff was so. There's a thing I hear every now and then where supposedly for that specific challenge, with the road to touring cars, if you set the difficulty to easy, the opponents end up being much harder. So I remember what I did is I did one run with it on hard, then I did another run with it on easy to see how fast the AIs were going. And what I found was that on easy, the AIs were going much faster. Like, I think they were lapping like 2 to 3 seconds a lot faster compared to them on hard. Which, I mean, even that by itself shouldn't happen, because they should be hard set to like, what's it, like 4 chili peppers? But for some reason, like, adjusting your difficulty slider actually affected them. I don't know why. But even though they were faster, what I also found out, if you had it on easy, is that yes, they're going faster, but they're also incredibly stupid with their strategies. So it's like, I think what happened was that the one that was going a lot faster than usual started to pit a lot more time. Like, he started to do like so many unnecessary pit stops that's how I was like basically guaranteed that I was gonna win the race. Because he just started pitting a lot for some silly reason. Coincidentally, that was also the patch, or like this was recorded just before the patch where PD did something with that mission challenge. So I went back and I guess I want to say they fixed it, because I set on it easy again and they were going pretty slow. So I want to say that they don't go faster anymore in easy, but they're still stupid because some of their strategy decisions are wild. Basically, pitting when it's when you don't have to. I never got around to making the video on that. Same goes with the Tsukuba 30 laps. I've never got around to making the video for that. That's not going to work. Full step on a throttle is not going to work. Yeah, some things just don't make sense. There's one thing I want to do though, and I don't want to spoil it because it's something I want to do, but I've just never got around to doing it. But I should probably do it soon. All I know is that if I actually start to do it, it's probably going to drive me to insanity because it's going to be properly difficult. Like, it's not like one of those where it's like, oh yeah, can you do like 30 laps in 30 minutes, and stuff like that. Or can you do like this many laps in an off-meta car? It will involve the endurance missions, but it's gonna use a certain car. Yeah, it's true. Wouldn't be Gran Turismo without some crazy stuff. One thing makes me sad. I don't know when this happened, but there was a ditch at Willow Springs Big Willow no, not Big Willow. I think it was Streets of Big Willow, or Streets of Willow. There was a big ditch where it was possible to launch your car from the sky if you used the right car and enter it at the right angle. I don't remember when this happened, but it got patched. So now there's no ditch. It makes me sad. Because I was like, oh, I want to go make some cars fly. So I go to the spot, it's like, where did it go? Ooh, that was close. Car stepped on just a little bit. Alright, I need to somehow find a second. Or at least 7/10. That was really close. I thought I was gonna hit the wall. Oh, too late on the brakes. Oh my god, that's gonna be so hard to nail down. Even just a little bit of the thought on the car is just going all over the place. Yeah, I think this whole track is gonna test my patience. Yeah, it was streets of Willow. Water. Come on, buddy. That reminds me, I need to talk to you guys about something. It's kind of serious. By serious, it's actually not that serious. But something that popped up in my, like, I was on Instagram earlier today, and this thing popped up. And I was like, I might have an idea. So, like, I'm generally like, I'm really hoping that they allow recording, because if I go, I want to try and see if I can get some footage recorded. So there's a mall in my region. Why am I going down a second gear? There's a mall in my region, and I found out today after work that they're opening up in a Fila studio. You know the one that has the car that supposedly you can feel things or whatever. Yeah, they're setting up shop at a mall in my region, and apparently they're doing a grand opening this weekend. So I'm really tempted about driving over to go check it out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's like, I don't know, do you guys think I should do it? I'm kind of thinking I should probably do it and try to see if I can record something. I don't know if they'll let me in the car, like, because apparently they're gonna do demos of the car, which I don't know exactly know what that means. Like, if they let you in the car, then I want to see if I can try to get something recorded. Probably not going to be the most exciting thing, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it'll still be something to have it recorded. It's like, oh yeah, I got to check out this car, and yeah. what I do know is that they advertise that they're gonna have sim racing stands. So it's probably gonna be they're probably gonna get a Fila in GT7 and probably do like a time trial attack or just like hey, drive it around and see what it's like. So that got me hooked. So I'm like, ooh, I really want to try it out now. Wanted to do like a competition thing. They probably won't, but if they do, ooh, I'll be so tempted. Yeah, I just gotta drive over. And the problem is that this mall gets really crowded in the weekends, so I want to have fun trying to find parking. It also bothers me that it's this Saturday, because there's like a couple other things I want to do this Saturday. Now it's like, great, now I have this in the way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do like that sort of thing, or if it's just like, hey, just drive this car around and have fun. I don't know. Yeah, so I might stop over for a bit. Probably not gonna spend too much time there because there's a couple other things I was planning on doing on Saturday, so I'm hoping that I can probably just get away with just being there for like maybe like an hour tops. Maybe get a feel of the feel. Never mind. So that's what's going on this weekend. I'm really thinking about going. I might go. Just quickly check it out. Apparently they said they were only going to sell this car in California or something like that, or they're going to start selling it in California only for a while. I don't know. I thought I heard something about that. That is so late on the brakes. And that's the corner that's going to drive me nuts. What else? Really, that's kind of it. I'm trying to think of like any other car events I'm planning on going to, but I think that's kind of it. I mean, there's anime conventions I want to go to, but that's not car related. And I'm still really sad that Car Week is over, because Car Week was pretty lit this year. And that's even considering that I wasn't even there for that long. Like I think the longest time I was there was like almost all day Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday I wasn't there for that long. It's getting a little hot. too late on the brakes. But I do need to practice this part a lot better. Especially these final 2 turns. What I'm a little tempted on doing, which I don't know if it's going to work, is like enter a little later for the final hairpin and then try to go for a late apex. Like I might get a poor entrance, but then I'll be able to make it up with a bit more speed at the exit. And hopefully that works. That way I don't have to like forever be at 50% throttle. Let me give it a... You know what, never mind. That's not going to work. Instead of 15.4, not bad. And with this tricky little devil, it's pretty good. I'm hoping I can... I might just go for a low 15. Unless if like a 14... Unless if I can somehow sense that a 14 is very possible within the realm of the stream, then I'll go for it, but I think I'll just go for a low 15. But I think it's just track driving me crazy. The car not as much, which is weird to say. So what I'm thinking for the final hairpin is like try to go here. I mean, we're not going that late, but try to go for a later apex like that, and hope that it works. What sucks is that I think that could have worked, but I think the right side clipped a piece of grass. Yeah, like this one's gonna be the trickiest one. And I gotta be careful here because if I get too aggressive with the throttle, the car's gonna want to do a spinneroni. That was not too bad. Not too bad either. I thought that was gonna work. And it's like that turn just goes on forever. So it's like you think you're done with the turn, but it's like no, you still gotta keep turning. And you end up just barely tapping the wall and your lap time goes down the street. Starting at third gears doesn't seem to be worth it. Okay, that was not too bad. That was not too bad. That was terrible. That saved it. Okay, so we're on to something here. We're on to something. What did I learn? I already forgot. But I noticed. You know what? Let me save this. That way I can try to like visualize or like make it a bit more clear. What I realized is that I found a breaking point for the long left-handed boy, which is gonna be that little pylon on the right. Because originally I was using, I don't know if you see the guardrails on the other side of the track where it ends. I was using that as my reference point to brake, but I got curious right now and I tried this guy, this little pylon on the right as a braking point, and I think this one's a lot better to use. So if you're doing this left-hand challenge, you're struggling with this corner, try this one as your braking point. I think I braked right after it. Let's see. When exactly did I brake? Let me see. I think it was like right after I passed it. Yeah, it was like right after. I want to see if we can try to get the moment I start to brake. Yeah, it's like right after the pylon and where like these exposed rocks start. That's another braking point, but this one's a little harder to spot. Yeah, I think that pylon's a better one. Is one shifting to 5 up? Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about doing was like staying on 4th gear, but I think I'm slightly better off grabbing 5th gear for just a moment. I think there's probably someone who has a really fast time that just stays in 4th gear and they just let it hit the limiter. Just thinking about you at the Nürburgring is already making me nervous. Because there's going to be a lot of areas that are going to upset this car's balance. And I'm going to have a lot of fun trying to catch it. Let her rotate. That was okay. Not the best, but not the worst. This one was definitely bad. I keep overshooting the braking point. I keep thinking, oh yeah, I can brake later. No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm wondering like if I can downshift to get the extra rotation. Maybe it'll potentially work, but this one's gonna be difficult. The last hairpin, that one's gonna be hard because I can't downshift. Technically I could, but it's gonna end up a disaster. Nope. 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 Oh yeah. There's another thing I want to talk about. This one's also not super serious. Yeah, this is not also too serious, but I just want to talk about it just because I can. So, I think I talked about it a bit, like a few weeks ago, but I don't know if you guys can see them if you're not a member. I think you can see them even if you're not a member. There's just that little padlock's in the way, but like the emotes that I have, they're gonna get replaced. Because honestly, I think it's time to move on from those emotes. Like they're gonna get replaced with like refresh versions of whatever they are. At least some of them. Like, it's been something I've been thinking about doing for a while. Because like, as much as I like the emotes, I wanna move in a different direction with them. I don't want to use like the driver avatar. Because you know what? Let me put it up. Like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's gonna be these guys. Yeah, so it's in my driver avatar, except instead of it using like the red helmet, it uses the black helmet or the gray helmet. So, little history lesson. So it first started off with everything about the avatar being like the black suit with the red accents. Because back in GT4, my driver avatar was basically like all black with a bit of white and a bit of red. Eventually, I kind of shifted from that because someone ended up making a helmet, like my own personal helmet in this game, where the helmet's all red. And I was remaking because I made those emotes, and I was like, using red for the emotes, like for the helmet, I feel like it's not going to make as much sense, or it's not going to look as good to me. So I just stuck with what it is now. And I was like, okay, I like this, even though I don't stream, or at least didn't stream as much back then. But like, if someone wanted to use emotes, like, okay, cool, and they can use the emote. Now it's like I don't really see myself using the avatar anymore. I've even thought about what do you call it, the profile picture for YouTube. I've even thought about changing that because like I don't know. It just I feel like it doesn't really. What's the right word for it? It's like I like it, but I feel like it's not me. If that makes sense. But then if I want to change it, then I'll probably be changing it for everything that uses like the Mist MCA name. So would it be like Twitter, Blue Sky, even though I keep forgetting it exists, Instagram, YouTube. But then the question is, like, if I were to change it, what would I change it to? Now I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'll find an answer to that one day, but for now it's gonna stay like that. But once I find that answer, then I'll say something. It's like, hey, I'm gonna change my profile picture, blah blah blah. And no, I don't really want to use my channel logo as the profile picture, because that doesn't I don't know. I feel like that's not it. I feel like there's something better out there that I could use as a profile picture or branding. I know that's a thing. It's like, oh yeah, what's your branding like? My branding is this. This is a picture of a dude with a red helmet and a red racing suit. Or a black and red racing suit. That's my branding. Oh yeah, well what's your logo? Because that's also part of your branding. Well, it is heavily inspired from Gran Turismo's logo. And that's kind of it. although I like the China logo, so that's gonna stay. But the profile picture, I don't know. I feel like that can change, or that will change. Blue sky. Yeah, I just keep forgetting it exists. Because I remember when like the whole shenanigans that Twitter was going on. It's like, oh yeah, people are going to blue sky. It's like, okay, let's give it a try and like see if we can capitalize it and like get a following and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, nothing happened. So then I kind of just started to forget that it exists. I should probably start using it. And just like whatever I post on Twitter, I just post there as well. Which is usually just like, hey, here are the Gran Turismo. Here's the daily races. Here's the stream that I'm going to do tomorrow evening. Here's the new laptop challenge. That's kind of all I'm really posting on Twitter. Like, I don't really post that much like things outside of YouTube. Even though I have a different account that now I use for personal, like posting like personal happens. Like, hey, like here's me at this place. But even then, I forget that account exists. And like I update it once in blue moon. Because honestly, not much happens outside of YouTube. It's just, hey, we're gonna work. That's exciting, right? Let's post it on Twitter. No, I don't do that. Either way, you probably don't want to follow my personal Twitter because I already know what's gonna happen. Like if I decide I'm gonna be more active on it, it's just gonna be me shrimping for VTubers. So I'll just continue to pretend that it doesn't exist. that my other YouTube or Twitter account doesn't exist. Did I say YouTube? It's Twitter. I do have a different YouTube account, but this was when I was thinking, hey, let's post like other things that are not racing games related, and I never got started on it. so it's just there collecting dust with 0 videos. But yeah, I'm also yapping. I'm also going like yap max mode. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, just a lot of things I'm thinking about, but I don't know if I want to. Well, part of it I don't know if I want to like pull the trigger and do that thing or whatever it is. Because like if I do it, then I have to follow up with this, and it's like, do I have a plan for that? No. Well, keep thinking about it. Come back once you know. But yeah, but back on the logos, because I kind of just went off on a tangent. So yeah, those logos are, I think most of those logos are going to go away, and they're going to get replaced with emotes of myself. Yes, like this dude. I know, very exciting, but I feel like that'll express me a bit better. Even though no one's probably gonna ever use the emotes, but I don't care. It's there if someone wants to use them. If you want to use them, then more power to you. The only thing that sucks is that you gotta pay for it. I do wish, like, just because how the other site, you know, the purple site does it, is that, like, if you follow someone's page, if you follow someone's page, you get some of their emotes, and I think you can use it on, like, if you go to someone else's stream like that. I think some of their emotes might be available to use, if I remember correctly, which I think is pretty cool. I wish you could do that here on YouTube. But instead, it's like, no, you're here. It's like you only have, like, the YouTube standard emotes, and if you want to use the emotes that the person has, then you have to pay for their membership thing, which makes me kind of sad, honestly. Because I go on other people's streams a lot on YouTube, like VTubers. Who would have known? And there's some cool emotes that I've seen. And it's like, man, I would really love to use that, but I gotta pay for their membership. Whereas on the other sites, like, you can use some of their emotes just by following them. And it's like, I wish you could do that. Anyways, I've made zero progress. It is almost 7:40. We're about an hour in. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting why I'm talking about the emotes. Yeah, so they're gonna get replaced, and I commissioned an artist. I hired an artist to make some emotes for me. So I can't wait to see them whenever they're ready. I tell them, honestly, just take your time. Like, there's no due date on this. So I can't wait to see what they end up looking like. If it looks really stupid, I'm gonna love it. We'll see what they end up looking like. Actually, I'll be seeing it first, because they're gonna ask me for if I want to revise anything. From my gold leopard. That's pretty cool. There's like a couple emotes that I really like that I think they're pretty funny. Let me just get to this corner. Never mind. Not gonna work. Like, there's a couple where it's like it's kind of like this. Like, I like seeing what a lot of VTubers do with this emote, like the one where it's like they're holding the heart. Like, because there's some that are super cute. And there's some where they use it like a comically huge heart, so like it's almost covering up the entire face, but it's just really funny and cute. There's some where they're holding a gun. Some of those are really funny to see. The best ones are the animated ones, which, man, it'd be really cool if you can use animated emotes on YouTube. Because there's some that I've seen that are really cool. Turning too early. I don't see myself using animated emotes like for this channel. Because honestly, I wouldn't know what I'd want to do, what I want to use as an animated emote. Then if you hire an artist, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money, depending on who you go to. I've seen some artists charge a lot of money for their emotes, but it's like they make amazing emotes, so like their price is justified, but still it's like that's a lot of money. Like if this channel ever goes big one day, maybe I'll ask them, say, hey, you want to make some emotes for me? I'll pay you like $1 million. Okay, maybe not that much, but I'll pay you good money. But if that day ever comes, then I'll do that. So yeah, this time trial, as I expected, is actually pretty tricky. The funny part was that I was able to get into the 115s pretty quickly, but now it's just like I hit a wall. I was really close to hitting the wall. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You think you got it, but then the Stratos tells you, no, you don't. Yeah, I remember hearing, I think it was like in a video where they mentioned that driving this car is like driving on a knife's edge. Yeah, that's pretty true. Even in a video game, this car really does feel like that. That's actually not too bad. not too bad. We're making progress. .4. Okay, it's not too bad. I still feel like I can go faster, but I just really need to nail down. Well, just clean it up, and also for like the back straight. Do you want to call it the back straight? This section right here, I need to learn to brake earlier because I keep like at the bridge, I keep overshooting it. I feel like if I get that nailed down a bit better, that's probably going to be a 0.2. Wishful thinking. Probably a 0.2. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Yeah, that, and then just hope that I can do these turns good or better. And hope that this car stays on its best behavior. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe like just after halfway into the bridge. Cause I don't know. I just keep thinking, oh yeah, I can brake later. It's like, no, you can't. What are you doing? What am I doing? Come on, guys. Get with the program. Okay, one thing's for sure. I can't just floor it out of the final corner. That's definitely going to be good advice when I'm actually on a good lap. And I start to think about flooring it out of the final corner. Do it, and you're immediately going to regret it. Let's see. I think that's the second corner that's going to be driving me nuts. I don't want to sit. The hairpin's not as much because that requires me to get there, which a lot of the times I'm not. Battery slowly dying on my phone. And I feel like that could have been a little better, but we'll keep going. Yeah, reminds me. I need to talk to you guys about something. I know it's like the third time I've said that. But I need to talk to you guys about something. Okay, so you guys know, some of you guys know, how I'm doing the Nürburgring series, where I'm trying to do a lap with, or get a fast lap with every single car in GT7. What if... What if I were to live stream it? What do you guys think? The only thing is that it'd be later at night. Like, it won't be like at 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. It'll likely be later at night. Like 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Pacific time. And that's if I do it on the weekdays. On the weekend, that's going to be a different story.
「
be fun for you? Hell yeah. Ooh, oh, okay, not too bad. Yeah, the reason I asked is because when I was doing some of the laps earlier, I was kind of thinking, I was like, I mean, doing the laps is pretty fun, but I'm just here by myself. Like, if someone wants to stop by and watch, then and chat about how much I suck, then that'd be pretty fun. Okay, maybe don't say it because I'll probably cry. Ooh, okay, not too bad. Should carry quite a bit of speed. Now I just gotta make sure I nail this part. On a knife's edge. Like, it got a little sloppy there, but we'll keep going. No! Oh, I was actually doing pretty good. That was already looking like a 0.3. Oh my goodness, I got too excited on the throttle. Yeah, actually, I think do I have time in this game? Okay, I do. Yeah, and it's like doing daily races is not really my cup of tea nowadays. Which kind of sucks because I used to like to do daily races, but now it's like, no, not really. I just want a time trial. Well, yeah, that's true about getting better at numbering. You end up being something like built different if you get insanely good at that track. It's like the car's rotating, I start to get on the throttle and the car decides to straighten itself out. We still got time. We got maybe about 30-ish more minutes, give or take. A little over 30 minutes. That was okay. Not the best, but not the worst. Oh, that was such a terrible turn. We'll keep going. I'll take a look at the message in a bit. I just saw a message. I saw 2 messages pop up on the corner of my eye. Ooh, that was close. Jesus Christ. I thought I had it. That would have been an amazing exit. Ah, well. Hey, yo. Brands Hatch Genesis wrote. Was it the G70? I remember that one. Dude, hell yeah. That's what's up. I haven't caught the top 20 since. No, that's amazing. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Remember, how did that car drive? It's been a while. It's been a while since that time trial happened. But I still remember it. Dude, that's awesome. 16th. Are you talking about VQ's Drifter? I don't think I've seen one in a while. But like whenever he shows up, oh god, like he's quick. Ooh, okay, that's not too bad. Gone with all too early. That's gonna be so hard to nail down. Oh no! No, I was too heavy footed with the throttle. Ah, no. Yeah, I think Drift is like, I think he's fast overall. Because I think I've seen him, especially, yeah, I think when he competed, he was really fast. it feels like it's been so long ago that it feels like it's starting to become a distant memory to me, which is kind of scary. That's okay. We'll get that little 115. It's there. I'm getting a bit hesitant on the final hairpin. But I know I can do it. That was a little scary, but doing alright. That was a turn of all time. Time really does fly. I remember, oh gosh, I think it was, what was it, 2019 when I made my very first lap guide. And I used the mic from the MacBook, or what do I call it, the MacBook Air. That laptop was like disintegrating to pieces because I would use it so much. But that mic was was doing its best. Same with the laptop. Until it just couldn't do the most basic things. Was it the... Maybe I'm getting the order wrong. But I still remember using the MacBook for some editing, which was wild. Ooh, okay, not too bad. I feel like just like trying to park it at the apex is not gonna work. It's like you have to somehow, I feel like you have to somehow find a way for the second hairpin, the second last hairpin. You have to find a way to like whip the car around really quickly. I feel like once you find that way, then that's gonna be time gain right there. But how do you do that? Also, don't clip the grass on the right. the one part that baffles me to this day was how I was somehow able to do so many of the FIA guides for Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. I don't know how I was able to do that. And like that was brutal because I remember, what was it, one time when it was like 40 rounds and like these rounds were happening so like back to back to back to back. I remember spending a lot of late night or staying up late a lot of times to try to get the footage and then edit the videos. I cannot do that today. 26-year-old me was built different. I think that's time gain right there. But barely. Yeah, it's barely. Oh, that was so... No! Oh, if I nailed that down, that would have been insane. A pedal damper? Huh. I feel like I like having my pedals loose. Or at least the throttle pedal. I like having it loose. That sounds so wrong. However, for the brake, that one I have the, what do you call it, the load cell brake. Which reminds me, I was 8 years old when I learned that Logitech has a direct drive wheel coming out. I don't know when, but I learned that they're working on that. And I guess they're gonna, actually they might have it out soonish, maybe? That was risky. Oh, that was way too late on the brakes. Gonna go a bit later and set myself up for a better exit. Yeah, but apparently Logitech has a direct drive wheel coming out eventually. And apparently their pedals are also going to be. I don't know what they said about the pedal, but I heard it should be better. So that has caught my eye. However, I don't see myself spending money for that. Yeah, I don't see myself spending money for it yet. And I have a couple reasons why I don't see myself buying that anytime soon. One of my big concerns about having, because I don't know, I generally don't know how noisy they get, but one of my concerns is that if the DD's like really loud. That's probably going to keep the whole neighborhood up. This guy is this is a belt-driven wheel, and it's mostly quiet. So if I want to drive around late at night, I can. I remember with the older Logitech wheels, like since those were gear-driven, they make a lot of noise. So I couldn't really drive around late at night. Or if I was, I knew I was being a bit of a jerk, keeping people awake. I don't know what the direct drive wheel is like. So that's one concern of mine. Second concern, I think I heard it's a bit cheaper than the Fanatec DD Pro. I think like about $200 cheaper. But still, that's like, I think they go for like $650 over here in the US. It's still a lot of money. So I have to really ask myself if I want to spend that much money for a wheel I might not use that often, because it'll probably be my backup wheel if I were to ever pull the trigger on it. The third issue is, will this racing rig be able to handle it? And that's my biggest concern with DDs. That I feel like they'll probably break this rig, especially like this thing is like 5 years old. I think it almost turned 6 in January. And I don't know if it'll be able to handle DD. It'll be amazing if it does, but that's still a concern of mine. Around $800. Yeah, that's the other thing. $800. That's a lot of money. You know what I could do with $800? Whole bunch of anime figures. Maybe if I was still super hardcore into sim racing or Gran Turismo or YouTube, I would consider it, but right now it's like, I don't need to have it. I can wait. It's on the desk. Ew. Yeah, I think the one for Logitech, I think that's a 8. What do they call it? The 8nm? I don't know what it's called. 8 nanometers. I think that's what the Logitech is gonna be. But I'm still a bit nervous about it. I don't want to break it because I know if I break it, I'm gonna be out of commission for a while. Ooh, that was really close. It stopped turning. I have to be so careful with those curves because, yeah, they help the car rotate, but I think it's too much. Hey, smooth and quiet. Okay, you're catching my interest. Although I still don't want to spend $800. Maybe down the line. Maybe down the line. I would say, hey, what if Logitech were to sponsor me? But I remember being not so kind to them years ago. Because my G29s kept breaking. The, what do you call it, the potentiometer for the pedals, they kept going bad. And sometimes they went bad really fast. Like, it only took like a few months for them to start to flicker like crazy. And like, even though I tried to cleaning them, it like nothing would happen. So I remember every time it happened, I got really mad at them. Because like the wheelbase was good, no complaints there, but the pedals was a huge deal breaker for me. And I remember eventually I got this Fanatec, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll use it as a backup. Not even a week later, the Logitech breaks. The potentiometers go bad. So I tried to repair it. And I already knew like what I had to do to try to hopefully repair it or clean it. The potentiometer breaks. So I'm like, oh no. So I break it. And now I knew I was cooked. I was like, well, I guess it's time to start using the Fanatec now. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if I were to like somehow go like with the the Fanatec DD, I would hope that they're compatible with these pedals, because if they are, then that's sweet. If not, then I'm gonna be very sad. But yeah, still $600. That's a lot of money. Yeah, that'll be down the line, honestly. I don't see myself getting that anytime soon. Well, there's already a 10th right there. So, I mean, the thought of upgrading is nice, but it's still a lot of money. Like, shoot, I would love... Shoot, one thing that I dream about is upgrading from this little guy to something semi-permanent. Like a racing rig where I don't have to fold this up or like store it away. Where I can just keep it in one place and it's good there for forever. The reason why I can't do that is because this room is so tiny. Now, upgrading to anything semi-permanent is nearly impossible. That was a risky exit, but it worked. second hairpin, I went into too fast. I think the target speed I need to be going is like 26 miles an hour. Yeah, maybe like 25, 26 miles an hour. That was never gonna work. Yeah, and that's problem number, what, like 4 or 5? I don't know. Yeah, the tariffs. That's also not a fun thing to deal with. I had to pay for that earlier this week. Not fun. I got too careless. Oh my god. Chris, uh-oh. God damn it, Chris. What could be worse? Oh shit, my phone's about to die. Give me a moment. It could be worse. I don't know what could be worse, actually. Actually, it could be worse. It could be a PT Cruiser. Yeah, that would have been really bad. Unfortunately, actually, what time is it right now? I think it's almost 7:30. Ew, it's 8:25. Did I say 7:30? It's almost 8:30. Time is almost up and I've barely made progress. Let's go. That I'm also getting pretty hungry, so I do want to have dinner soon. Read your message in a moment. Oh, that was risky. That kind of worked. That was okay-ish. Not too bad. I hesitated. Gosh, this is gonna be so hard to nail down. I might end up calling it a stream, so I can have dinner in a moment. But hey, it's a 535i with it. Oh shoot! I'm trying to remember what year the 535i. I feel like I've heard that before. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too familiar with BMWs, especially like all I know like M3, M, etc. I am very uncultured when it comes to BMWs, and shoot, you could probably say the same about Mercedes and other European cars. So 3.0 turbo inline 6. Hell yeah. Well, yes, because I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. 2016. Ooh, that looks nice. Me gusta. I think it's... Okay, I think now I'm starting to remember why this car looks familiar. I don't know if this was like the exact car that they owned, because I remember someone from my university, he owned a BMW. I don't know if it was a 535i though, but it looks very similar. That looks nice. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And pretty quick. Hell yeah. Although no, myself, I'm probably not gonna want to own one, because I'll probably do something really stupid with it. So I'll stick with my silly little daily car. Well, it's not little, but so sadly it's a Ford Escape. What do you call it? Like the 2014? Not the most. It's not the most exciting to drive, but I love its sound system. Its sound system is pretty damn good. I'll give it that. Like whenever I have to drive like one of the other family cars, I get sad because like their sound system is not as good as the one at the Ford. So I'm like really. So I get sad about it. But whenever I'm in the Ford, just whip up my favorite music, especially if it has a bit of bass, and we're going to have a good journey. The 5.6 are popular is pretty nice, or really nice. Yeah, they look really nice. I still don't know if I can see myself owning one. Watch me end up in a Prius. That'll be a very sad day. Unless if it's the new gen. Okay, hear me out. The new generation. What do you call it? Like the newer Priuses. I actually kind of like how they look. But that's about as far as like I'll go. I don't see myself owning one. But I do like how they look. But that's about it. Do you have a Silverado AO? LTC with Bose and huge music. No, yeah, and especially like if it has like a really good sound system. I'm trying to remember what the Ford has. This is something I should know, but I don't know because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot and I don't look at things. I don't know what it is. Well, all I know is that it's good, and that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. But anyways, I also need to really use the bathroom. So, on that bombshell, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to end the stream. I need to get off of the seat. Wait. All right, thank you guys for stopping by. I'm gonna see if I could try to improve my time off stream. So I don't know if there'll be a lap cut tonight. If not tonight, then you'll probably see it tomorrow night. But all right, that's gonna be it for me. Take care, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for stopping by. And that's about it. See ya.